From the Alvin and Rosalie Sarachek studio, PBS Kansas presents Positively Kansas.
It's time for Positively Kansas. Coming up, for a quarter century, it's been a landmark of curiosity. Tonight, we celebrate a Wichita icon and get a sneak peek at what the next generation will discover. Then, all aboard! We're headed to a celebration of iron horses and steel rails, where the magic of trains captivates fans both young and old. Later in the Kansas Wild, a mother's instinct is put to the test. We'll witness a powerful lesson in survival. You just have to see to believe. A half hour of information and inspiration starts right now on Positively Kansas. "25 years ago, Exploration Place opened its doors with a mission to spark curiosity and inspire discovery. What started as an ambitious dream is now one of Wichita's most recognizable landmarks, and a place where generations have learned, played, and imagined new possibilities. As the Science Center celebrates its 25th anniversary, we look back at how it all started and where it's headed next.
Exploration Place is celebrating 25 years as Sedgwick County's Science and Discovery Center. But the vision and mission here goes well beyond the city and county.
The plan of Exploration Place is to bring learning to all 105 Kansas counties.
This is a destination where families come to learn, play, and explore through interactive exhibits.
The goal is to be a resource for the whole state to stimulate children's imaginations and interest.
And while its doors officially opened in 2000, the dream was years in the making. More on that in a moment. First, let's see how some of these kids are learning and having fun at the same time.
Yep, bite it, bite it, bite it, bite it, bite it, yay! You can still enjoy liquid nitrogen! Yay!
This dragon's breath demonstration proved to be a big attraction for children and their parents.
Well, my liquid nitrogen is actually negative 321 degrees.
Minus 321 degrees is why icy snow crystals form on the outside of the bowl. Life science performers Austin Williams and Danielle Meteor entertain and teach about Earth's atmosphere using liquid nitrogen.
Now these nitrogen vapors, this gas, is what a cloud would feel like, okay? If you were on a mountain, or if you were the pilot of an airplane and you stuck your hand out the window.
You might say this is a breathtaking experience.
Our overall thing that we try to do is interest kids in science in a way that really intrigues them and makes them interested, you know? We want to show them that not only is it fun and give them something that they are just drawn to naturally with something that has a little pizzazz. That little vapor comes out of that and it gives them a lot of, ooh, what is that? And then we throw the science at them so that they're learning, but sometimes they don't even think they are because they're just having fun with it.
I think it's cool. My son loves science and all that, and he's a kindergartner, so.
Oh, you got stuff for me, dude? Awesome, thank you. Here we go. Are you gonna karate chop it?
Allison Coles brings her two children from Harrington.
My children are only 4 and 5. They just turned 4 and 5, so just being able to expand their imagination and basically just come here, meet friends, learn how to share and just have a good time.
She's an example of how Exploration Place attracts visitors beyond Wichita's metro.
This is the first year we did a year season pass, and I'm absolutely glad I did. We've already been here twice, and we've only had it for a month. So we plan on definitely coming back here more often. It's about an hour and a half drive, but that's totally worth it.
Philip Robbins of Derby likes the interactive way the learning centers are set up that are so engaging to the children, he says.
Oh, it's absolutely awesome. Our kids just love it. We got our first season pass, and we just can't stop coming back. It's an awesome way for our kids to just experience science and really learn, like without even, as you said earlier, without really knowing they're learning these things.
The beginnings for Exploration Place started when the city of Wichita decided to build a new children's museum in the early 1990s. A citizens committee formed to hear ideas, and members realized this was a once-in-a-lifetime chance to do something big and meaningful for the community. They came up with a plan for what to do that went beyond just a children's museum.
We ended up with a one-page, 10-item, 16-word plan, which was followed throughout the project. Education, entertainment for everyone, every day, downtown, on the river, in a signature building, in a park setting, and which will inspire additional growth downtown and tourism. In my judgment, when it was all over, we met every one of those.
Raising money is always a great challenge for such an endeavor. Frick says the city of Wichita had already committed $12 million for what was to be a small children's museum at the former downtown Henry's building.
But this is going to be far more expensive than that.
Sedgwick County committed to $20 million.
We knew it'd be very expensive. We had no budget.
Frick says any project like this requires a lead donor to encourage others to get behind it. That lead donor was Velma Wallace.
I had nothing to show her, no paper, no anything. I just talked about it.
Wallace then asks Frick,
"Tell me, in a situation like this, what does a donor give in amount?"
The question stunned Frick at first, but within seconds he responds saying between $10 and $15 million.
Ultimately, she committed $10 million.
Such a large donation motivated others to step up with their donations, realizing this was a serious endeavor. Wallace believed Exploration Place would inspire young people into eventual career fields.
There will be youngsters coming through here that may be inspired to become a doctor, a scientist, an animal caretaker. I mean, there are so many things.
I love how educational it is. The kids can interact with everything. It's not just come and look at the displays and stuff that's online. They can have a chance to enjoy it too.
They're having fun and they're not realizing they're getting a little bit of an education as well. And for us parents, it's nice for them to be interactive with everything and learn at the same time.
Now, turning 25 also means you're not the new thing any longer.
We've recently sort of crossed this threshold where people that came here when they were kids are now bringing their kids. And I think the 25 years, it's almost like a symbolic acknowledgement that we're not the new thing in Wichita anymore. We're part of the fabric of the community in a more generational way.
Smith says Exploration Place can't stay the same. Now, their large exhibitions come for months at a time, such as Ice Dinosaurs or Sharks exhibit, but opening in time for school spring break in March of 2026 is this, the Destination Playscape, which was under construction at the time of this production.
Well, we're calling it the Destination Playscape. The idea is that a playground can be so big, so epic in scope that it's literally a destination. People will travel to it from not just Wichita, but cities all around our regions. We will be opening a 6-acre playground. There's going to be, well, in fact, there's 10 playgrounds in it, but together they combine to be one really epic destination. The underlying theme is Kansas that connects everything. So you maybe see sunflowers behind me and airplanes and agriculture and these things that make us proud of the place that we live.
Smith says Exploration Place now attracts just over 400,000 visitors annually.
Now, when we get the Playscape open, we think we're going to be closer to 1 million.
Working towards 1 million visitors a year downtown, might have seemed like a dream to the founders more than a quarter century ago, but today it feels within reach. This is Chris Frank for Positively Kansas.
Exploration Place now looks to the next 25 years, adding new interactive exhibits and experiences for a new generation to discover. All aboard! If you love trains, the Great Plains Transportation Museum in Wichita was the place to be recently. The museum held its annual RailFest celebration. As Anthony Powell reports, it was the perfect day to go for a ride.
Visitors to the Great Plains Transportation Museum's RailFest just couldn't get enough of riding a coal-powered steam locomotive trucked in from Indiana. Among those having a blast, Clinton Holland and his sons. Holland actually drives trains for BNSF Railways, but experiencing an old-fashioned locomotive compared to what he engineers still gave him a thrill.
How modern the trains I operate are versus mine is diesel, electric, and the steam engines, like, they're just totally different.
On this day, there were so many sounds and sights to take in, including the two massive Santa Fe steam and diesel locomotives on permanent display at the museum. And with so many kids attending, there were, of course, plenty of train exhibits, along with face painting and balloon twisting. For people of all ages, visiting the museum is a chance to learn about the impact trains had on Wichita's and America's history.
Back in the 1800s, Newton was going to be the big city in Kansas. And there was some trading going on in Wichita, but there wasn't much here. And then they brought the rail through, and that's when Wichita really took off and became the economic center that it became, with the Chisholm Trail and that whole history kind of combining with the railroad.
The explosion of train travel in America came to Wichita in 1872 when a Santa Fe passenger line passed through the city. The growth would continue for years.
So where we're standing right now, right behind you is Union Station, built 1912 to 1914. This area up here, sometimes called the platform, rail people call it the hump. This was built for Union Station. Passenger trains came up and they passed right by on this very track right here.
Passenger train travel ended in Wichita in 1979, but commercial trains still use these tracks today. Meanwhile, RailFest attendees still had plenty to see once they headed inside the Great Plains Transportation Museum, which is filled with a treasure trove of memorabilia showing the great importance trains played in forming Wichita and the United States.
It's a part of history. Like, this is what built this country. Like, it brought all the supplies and people. Before there was cars, this is how people got around.
It's a great opportunity for people to come out, enjoy our rail heritage here in Wichita, which is very rich.
Meanwhile, when Lon Smith took over as director in early 2025, he did so with big plans to grow the museum in the near future. And he shared with us what he envisions.
Smith told us he was amazed that when he let people know where he took a job, few had heard about the museum, despite it being around since 1984. He is confident that won't be the case for long.
This thing is going to grow. You wait. In 4 years, this place will not look the same. We're going to have passenger trains up here. We're going to have a full dining experience on board a superliner. We're going to have a baggage car that's for nothing but birthday parties.
But until then, there's still plenty to see and learn about here. Just ask all the happy people who came out for RailFest 2025. In Wichita, I'm Anthony Powell for Positively Kansas.
RailFest 2025 was a huge success. 700 people attended, raising $10,000 for the museum. Maternal instinct is one of the most powerful forces of nature. That includes protecting the little ones from danger and teaching important lessons for survival. Mike Blair has a fascinating example in this week's Kansas Wild Edge Report.
It happens every evening, but you're lucky if you ever see it. A wild turkey hen calls her young onto a high branch where they'll be safe from predators of the night. They'll need warming even in July. And safe beneath her wings, they'll pass the starry hours until dawn. Mama starts early, an hour before sundown, to provide them time to figure it all out. The hen chooses her place, a broad, flat limb for easy perching. She goes up first, calling her youngsters to join her. The most daring take flight, launching on little wings remarkably able. Landing is tricky, and as more poults follow, the branch gets crowded. Each jostles and tight walks, trying to balance as it scurries. Mom spreads her wings, and the poults duck beneath them. If one side doesn't work, they try the other. Some face the wrong direction, having to turn around. Some can't get under, leaving them outside warm protection. And oh dear, that just won't work. So the show goes on for half an hour. And finally, all is adjusted. As darkness falls, the family is squirmy, safe, and sound. And Mama sighs for what will no doubt seem a long and restless night. I'm Mike Blair for Positively Kansas.
Next week, Mike takes us into the unusual world of cicadas, which spans from underground to high above. A car lover's paradise is what reporter Anthony Powell and photojournalist Ben Lafine discovered in the tiny town of Mentor, Kansas. But equally as fascinating as the automobile collection is the couple who runs it. Take a look.
The small sign pointing to Rex's Car Museum really doesn't prepare you for the massive collection housed in two big buildings on this sprawling property. Just over 100 automobiles worth well over $1 million have found a home here.
But almost every car in here I bought within the state of Kansas.
And how do you go about finding them?
I don't. They find me.
But there's much more to Rex than cars. Born between Canton and Galva, Kansas, he grew up farming and tinkered with engines.
I think I built my first little car probably when I was in grade school with a Briggs & Stratton wash machine engine on it.
He's always loved collecting. He and his late son had one of the largest Caterpillar tractor collections in the country. In the mid-90s, Rex needed a new interest, so he began buying cars. This 1911 Model T was his first.
That car was a hand-built car. That's before there was a production line.
He also showed us a sleek 1968 Chrysler convertible owned by someone very familiar to Kansans.
That was Bill Graves, our governor's dad's car. And
Governor Bill Graves' dad's car.
Yes. And Bill and I was pretty good friends. I never knew the governor.
And check out this 1937 Lincoln Braun, reportedly the first car to ever cross the Golden Gate Bridge as it carried President Franklin Roosevelt.
By now you can tell Rex is hardly your average 87-year-old. Oh yeah, in addition to all his cars, he's also got a girlfriend. They met on the internet. And his girlfriend Thelma, well, she's hardly your average 72-year-old.
They also shared a love for collecting cars. Thelma owned 10 when she met Rex, and hers became part of the museum.
I advertised for somebody that liked to race and travel. And Rex replied.
Thelma also grew up farming. Raised near McPherson, she too learned about automobiles at a young age and gained some serious driving skills. In high school, drag racing was popular.
And some of the guys would say, "Will you drive my car? I know you can do it better than me."
Thelma would go on to be an educator, but she could never shake her car obsession. In her late 40s, she decided to get behind the wheel again and start racing. She even became friends with legend Danica Patrick after competing against her at a Wichita race many years ago.
Are you still doing it?
Well, I had to quit because I was racing against the grandkids, and that was too much competition.
She was 68 when she finally hung it up. Besides helping with the car museum, Thelma also stays very busy running events like weddings and company meetings on the properties she and Rex share. What a couple. Energy that just won't quit. Fueled in large part by their love of cars. And of course, for each other.
When no plans to get married, right?
No marriage thoughts.
You're too young to get married.
Yeah.
In Mentor, I'm Anthony Powell for Positively Kansas.
As you can tell, Rex and Thelma are busy people, so if you want to tour the car museum, you need to call ahead. The same goes for planning a wedding or other event at their beautiful venue. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Now that federal funding has been taken away and our PBS Kansas budget dramatically cut, we need to decide which programs to keep and which ones to cancel. If you'd like to see Positively Kansas remain on the air, you can go to kpts.org and make a $100 donation to help keep this show funded. To do my part, I'm hosting the show for free. As a thank you, your name will appear in the closing credits each week as a valued supporter. I'm Sierra Scott. See you next time.